Hi, everyone. So, my primary training and previous clinical experience has been mostly as a creative arts therapist. I have a bachelor's and master's degree in music therapy, and I have found in my work that diverts from that a bit, that narrative therapy feels like the best fit for me because it aligns so closely with the format of service delivery that I was exposed to in my previous training. And so that looks like a couple of things. That looks like, um, challenging the status quo and that, like, the societal expectations of how we should do things, when and where on a certain timeline, with whom. Um, and I've always felt myself personally resonate with that ideology a little bit. Um, Also, I feel like there's a really strong humanistic undertone to narrative therapy, which I appreciate. It centers the client as the expert. And I find that that is the approach that I prefer when working with clients, just because there's a lot that I can't know about them, no matter how um, intensive things get in the clinical setting. There's a lot of other things going on in that person's life and history that either they can't share or aren't ready to share. So I think, recognizing that multi level approach is important. Um, Inviting stance of the therapist. I also really like the concept of externalizing conversations and helping people recognize that whatever challenges they face may not necessarily be specifically related to them. It's not like, character flaws in them, but um, an experience that can be removed from their experience as a human. So I like the leadership that it gives the client in letting them reframe their own story. I also really like the idea of ceremony and ritual being important part of our experience as humans. I think there's a lot of parts of our culture that don't honor that, and that is something in my work that I have felt is really important. And so I try to work in as much as possible. When people set a goal and then reach the goal, to find a way of celebrating that goal and moving on, or with any transition of life, like graduation or, um, meeting any sort of milestone, that there's a some sort of a ceremony or ritual associated with that helps mark the moment so that we can move forward. So, those are some of my thoughts about narrative therapy.